Many of you would be familiar with a colour wheel, but let's break down exactly what we're looking at. I'm going to start with my colour triangle. Here we have the three primary colours, red, yellow, blue. And as many of you will know, if we mix these primary colours up, we get our secondary colours. So mixing red and yellow, we get orange. Mixing yellow and blue, we get green. And mixing blue and red, we get purple. Now, if you were to actually do this with real paints, because we have such a range of reds, such a range of blues, such a range of yellows, you might find that your red and yellow together don't make the perfect orange you were expecting. But you could still give it a go with a class as an example of how paints do mix and trying to get the right balance of the proportions of red to yellow. But we're just thinking about the theory here. So we've got our primary colours, we've got our secondary colours. And if we look at this wheel, following up, we can see primary colour here. Here we can see a secondary colour where the two primaries have been mixed. But if we mix a primary and a secondary, we get another colour. And this colour we might call a tertiary, a third colour. Now the reason I'm showing you this wheel is if you did want to do this in class, you could try mixing up paints, starting with the red, the yellow, the blue, and then blending the colours in between. But what this wheel is useful for is if somebody's making a painting where they're just using block bold colours and they want to think about colours that go well together. As a rule of thumb, colours that are opposite each other on the colour wheel tend to complement really well. Of course, within art, all rules are there to be broken. Also, if we draw this line through the colour wheel, so we're dividing up the more orangey colours and the more blue colours, what we get here are the warm colours and the cool colours. And what we can say is generally, if you're painting something in a cool colour, it's likely to recede, go into the background. If you paint something in a warm colour, it's likely to jump forward, become more of the foreground. So for example, you could put a really warm red against a really cool blue, you'd find that that red would really jump out at you. So a simple task you could ask your groups to do is just to paint colours next to each other and try to work out which ones they think pop and which ones they think recede.